At precisely 11:11 p.m., every clock in the small town of RavenShollow stopped simultaneously. The residents didn't notice at first until the power cut out, plunging the streets into darkness. A young journalist, Mara Finch, had been investigating the disappearance of her childhood friend, Daniel Voss, who vanished exactly 10 years ago on this date. Her only clue was an old, handwritten letter she received that morning. "Meet me where the shadows gather." Following the cryptic instruction, Mara found herself at the edge of the abandoned RavenShollow Observatory, its once grand telescope now broken and covered in cobwebs. The heavy doors creaked open as if pushed by an invisible hand. Inside, the walls were covered in intricate diagrams of stars, constellations, and strange symbols that seemed to move if you stared too long. On the floor lay a dusty journal, the handwriting unmistakably Daniel's. The first entry read, "They watch. They wait. Time bends differently here." Mara flipped the pages. Each subsequent entry predicted events in her life, things only Daniel could have known. The final page was blank except for a single line scrawled in red ink. "If you read this, you're next." A sudden draft extinguished her lantern. In the dark, a metallic click echoed footsteps approaching. Mara froze. A shadow passed over the moonlight, streaming through the telescope. She whispered Daniel's name, but only silence answered. Then, in the reflection of the telescope lens, she saw a face she knew, Daniel, but his eyes were hollow, dark voids. Before she could react, the floor beneath her creaked, and she stumbled into a hidden chamber. Inside, hundreds of old photographs hung from the ceiling, all of people who had vanished from RavenShollow over decades, their faces twisted in terror, all pointing toward a sealed doorway at the far end. Mara approached, heart hammering. The door swung open on its own. Beyond it was a long, winding staircase descending into darkness. From the shadows came a whisper, "Time has no mercy. Once you enter, you belong to us." Mara's lantern flickered and went out. The last thing she saw before darkness consumed her was the faint outline of Daniel, standing at the bottom, hand extended, beckoning her to step forward. By morning, the observatory was empty. Mara's notebook lay on the floor, open to a final, hastily written line. "They are waiting, counting, and I..." The sentence stopped abruptly, ink smeared as if by a hand not her own. No one saw Mara again. RavenShollow remained, but the town's clocks never worked again.